For today's Cyber CEO episode,
it's able to save a lot of time and it's able to be much more efficient by having someone shadow you and doing all the follow-up stuff rather than have to do it yourself. We definitely benefit a lot from the amount of time that they save and the amount of business that we're able to generate because of them. It feels good for all of us because we've all won.
Welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our Cyberbackers helped our Cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is 𝗙𝗯𝗶𝗶. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for being on the show. We're very, very excited. So to kick things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help here. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe starting off with, what is your role in the business, Mark?
So I'm a Keller Williams agent. I'm an independent agent, and I'm also part owner of a Cyberbacker franchise, and we have the Florida Gulf States region.
They're very, very exciting. One of our franchise owners here on the show. So, Mark, how long have you been working with Cyberbacker, by the way?
My wife hired she hired Zeke about two and a half years ago, and now she has Sheila for about a year. So we've had she's had virtual assistants from one company or another for about the last 17 years or 18 years. She was a team leader for 17 years, and she's now a MAPS coach. And we got to Cyberbacker, and it's been a pleasant change because most of the other companies, there's a lot of turnover, and the turnover causes a lot of frustration. Because you do have to invest a fair amount of time into training your backer on how to do things your way. They do come pre-trained. They can run command, or they can run your database or whatever it is. But everybody's different, and everybody wants it done differently. And it's a time-consuming and aggravating process when you have to change backers.
There you go. But now you have two Cyberbacks working with you hand in hand and in the business. So I'd like to know what comes to your mind now, let's say today, when you hear the word Cyberbacker, now that you've been with us for a while.
Right. So Cyberbacker to me is kind of a Kellerized, if you will, version of a VA company. Craig took a fair amount of the models from the Keller Williams franchise, and it's our belief that that's why that the retention is better, because they're treated a little better. They have more opportunity for stability and for growth within the company. I don't think we see as much turnover with our people than we did with past companies.
That's because here in Cyberbacker, you're not just partnered with one person, you're partnered with the whole team, with the whole business, of course. Now, I'm curious to know, what are the things that you leverage to your Cyberbackers now? What are the things that you have them do on a daily basis?
All right, so we're running a bunch of targeted advertising within our territory for recruiting for our Cyberbacker franchise. Is one of the things that she does a lot is following Jess when she's doing her coaching, and doing all of the notes off of her @𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗏. And Jess is able to be about twice as efficient as many of the other MAPS coaches, because by the time she does her thing on her @𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗏, and Sheila's in her ear the whole time when she's coaching, and it's able to save a lot of time, and it's able to be much more efficient by having someone shadow you and doing all the follow-up stuff rather than have to do it yourself.
Yes, again, there's someone to back you up, basically. Your Cyberbackers there.
Right.
Yes. Now, how was the hiring process, Mark? I'd like to talk to you more about your experience there. And how did you find out, or how did you feel that your Cyberbackers now are the perfect fit for what you needed?
Right. And I think that you need to be patient with the hiring process. There are a lot of good candidates, but just because they're good for you doesn't mean they're good for me. Different people have different styles of work and different personalities. And I would really encourage you to be patient and to find the right one, and then really invest in that person and really tell them your expectations pretty specifically, so there's not confusion, or there's not a lot of wasted time and people doing tasks that you don't care about, or not getting things done that are important to you.
There you go. Especially those things, especially with having virtual leverage. I think it really saves a lot of thinking time, because there are just a lot of things to do every day, but you now have someone to leverage that often, so you can focus on your, again, the 20%, right?
Right.
Yes. Now, here in Cyberbackers, what you mentioned, we already provide a training during the start of the partnership. Now, did that training in any way help you save any time at all?
Yeah, so they'll come with, you have your wish list, of course, and be it Command or be it Reddit, whatever program that you're using, they come pre-trained for that, and then you basically have to explain to them your take on it or how you do it, and then you're good to go. But you don't have to go through a long and tedious process of training them how to run the basic program itself.
Yes, here in Cyberback, even just the basics. But again, every market center have different checklists, things like that, different styles that you have to train them on little by little. Just little tweaks though, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, my next question, would you say that partnering with a cyberbacker is a significant investment for your business, Mark?
I would say it is, and it's an investment of both money and time. And I would say that if you're not willing to invest the time up front to get your backer running as you wish, you're wasting your money. So be ready to dive in deep at first to get them really on board and running, and then also we have a weekly check-in with our backers. And I believe that that's really important to our success. Because you'll find out things pretty quickly in a week if something's going wrong. Whereas if it's a month, you could waste a lot. You could waste a lot of time. You could waste a lot of time doing something wrong before you figure out what the problem is.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So really invest in your cyberbackers. And I think that's already a good piece of advice right there, that just having those quick talks with your cyberbackers, if it's not daily, then at least commit to at least once a week, right?
Exactly. Yes. And just as a quick check-in each Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning with Sheila, what's my day? What can I move? What do we have to do? What needs to be done today? And then that quick check-in really makes the rest of the day flow correctly.
Yes, definitely. Now, since we're already talking about successful partnerships, now I'd like to know more, because we have a lot of listeners who don't really know how to build on a successful virtual partnership with their cyberbackers. So how did this become a successful partnership between you and Cyberbacker? And do you have any tips that you can give out to our listeners?
Yeah, I would say that hire your backer, invest the time in them up front to let them know how to do their job, and then let them do their job. Don't take that job back. You're paying somebody else to do it. So don't be looking over their shoulder every minute of the day, or you might as well just do it yourself and save yourself the money.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's a challenge for a lot of business owners, right? Just letting go of the tasks, right?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the really primary challenges that people have, is they're so used to doing everything themselves. And some of us, myself included, like to be a little bit of a control freak because we want things done our way. Well, it doesn't really work like that. You train them to do it right and let them do it right. And you go on and do your thing in your 20% where you're going to actually make some money.
Yes. Now, a follow-up question there, Mark. In your experience, how did you go through that transition? Of course, again, as what you mentioned, doing everything on your own to now giving it to someone, leveraging it to a cyberbacker. How did you go about that transition?
Well, I mean, years ago with my first one, I didn't do as well as I do now. You learn a few lessons along the way, and the real lessons are take your time and pick a good one, and then train a good one, and then let them do it. If you're not really comfortable with them and you're just kind of hoping that they might turn out okay, you're never really going to let go of it. You're just you're gonna always be sticking your nose back into it and not save yourself any time.
There you go. So the trust and just let them run with it then, right?
Right.
Yes. Now, I have one last question for you, Mark, and I'm going to put you in the hot seat here because I know that your cyberbackers are going to be listening. And I also know that you have your own franchise here with Cyberbacker. So you work with a lot of cyberbackers. So what is the best part about Cyberbacker? About each of your Cyberbackers, if you could?
The best part, I mean, when you work with them for a while, you get to share some experiences, and you have wins and you have challenges, and it's really great that when you hit your goals, and if you've exceeded your goals, and we do give a bonus for when goals are exceeded. And we know it means a lot to the backer when the goals have been met, and when a bonus is given. It feels good for all of us because we've all won.
Yes, again, a win-win situation for both, right?
All right.
Yes. Now, Mark, here in the podcast, we give out free stuff. I'm just kidding, but for this episode specifically, just for everyone to know, you work with a lot of Cyberbackers. Would you want to give them a quick shout out on the show for all of the Cyberbackers that you work with?
We got Sherry, we got Zeke, we got Sheila, we got Lester. So we got a bunch of them, and we recently had Kim for one of our launch backers who has just finished. And we appreciate that, and we appreciate them all, and we definitely benefit a lot from the amount of time that they save and the amount of business that we're able to generate because of them.
Now, Mark, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership between you and Cyberbackers is going to be, let's say, many more years to come. And of course, we really appreciate you dropping by on the show, and I hope this isn't the last time that we get to do this.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.